Savitri and Satyavan, Part 1. Once upon a time, ever so long ago, there reigned a king in the Deccan. His name was Aswapati. He was just a pious ruler. His fame spread far and wide. People loved him for goodness. They were, however, sorry that the king had no child to succeed to the throne. They offered sacrifices to the gods. The gods were pleased. A lovely daughter was born to the king. There was great joy in the kingdom. Drums and trumpets sounded day and night. The daughter was named Savitri. Savitri grew in health and beauty every day. She became a lovely young girl. The king was anxious to marry her to a suitable bridegroom. It was difficult to find a suitable prince for her. Her father allowed her to make her own choice of husband. Savitri set out in search of her future husband. She came to a hermitage in a forest. There she saw a young man who was superior to all other young men living in that hermitage. This young man was Satyavan, son of Timasthasena, once a king of the Salavas. Having lost his kingdom, he lived like a hermit in that forest with his wife and only son, Satyavan. Satyavan was a bold and fearless young man. He never feared to speak the truth. Hence, he was called Satyavan or the truthful. Savitri set her heart on him and returned home. Soon after, both were married and Savitri began to live happily with her husband in the forest. But Savitri always felt frightened at the word of Narada, who had told her before her marriage that her husband would die within a year. As days rolled on, she grew more and more anxious about her husband. Towards the close of the year, she took to fasting and prayer. When the fatal day came, Satyavan was ready to set out for the forest to gather fruits. Savitri did not leave him alone. She went with him. They passed through the thick forest and at last came to a tree which bore sweet fruits in plenty. Satyavan climbed up the tree and began to pluck the fruits. All of a sudden, Satyavan fell ill. Then he said to his wife, Savitri, I feel pain in my head. I must rest here. As he said this, he fell down on the ground. Savitri's heart sank within her. The words of Narad were still ringing in her ears. She took the head of her husband in her lap and sat down and sat under the tree, fanning his face with the skirt of her cloth.